Lucas Oil Stadium, the next step in the process to make NFL dreams come true. Dan Lucas here with Scott Reynolds of PewterReport.com. Scott, the NFL Combine gets kicking later this week. The famous drills everyone likes to watch take place. But on Wednesday, it's Bucs Day. We're going to hear from head coach Bruce Arians, also GM Jason Licht. The team has some business to take care of before they even talk to a player here.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. Is Gerald McCoy staying? That was reported in the Tampa Bay Times. I've not been able to get rock solid confirmation that's the case yet. But what about Deshaun Jackson? Is he going to stay? He wanted to leave Tampa Bay. He made his intentions known at the end of the season. Bruce Arians would like to have him back. He likes the deep speed at wide receiver. So those questions, plus also what's going to happen with Kendall Beckwith, the linebacker that didn't play last year. The Bucs are going to a 3-4 defense. They need linebackers. Is Kendall Beckwith going to be able to play next year? PewterReport.com has learned and has reported that Kendall Beckwith might not be available for 2019. And that this ankle injury might even be career-ending. So there's some real doubts about whether Kendall Beckwith will suit up again in red and pewter. Cam Brate, though, we do know, coming off of hip surgery, right. He had his hip flexor repaired, that labrum that was torn, that hampered him all year. He's not going anywhere. We have confirmed that PewterReport.com has confirmed Cam Brate will remain a Buccaneer at $7 million. The team has some cap issues they have to work with, but Cam Brate will stay in Tampa, and he will not be asked to take a pay cut.
That's good stuff. Bucs fans of Cam Brate pair him up with O.J. Howard, so 2019 looking good in that department. All right, guys going to be running, jumping, doing all kinds of stuff here. The workouts begin Friday, so the offensive linemen get this going. I know offensive line, potentially a spot, if not with that fifth pick, in one of these early rounds for the Bucs. But what do you see happening here on the radar? A couple of names, perhaps, that Bucs fans should pay attention to this week.
Well, I know Jonah Williams has got a lot of pub, right? The left tackle from Alabama. I think he's going to end up like Logan Mankins back in the day, or Brandon Scherf from Iowa. He's going to be drafted in the first round, but he's going to move inside to guard. I don't believe the Buccaneers will be going offensive line in the first round, but like you said, Dan, they will be needing some offensive linemen. A name to keep in mind is guard Chris Lindstrom from Boston College in the second round. The Bucs have a high second round pick. He could be the guy there. A player that they like, but maybe not in the first round, is Jamar Taylor, the right tackle from Florida. He's a very good player. He will be drafted higher than what the Buccaneers want, but I think they have some pressing needs on the defensive side of the ball, and this is a defensive line-rich draft. I would not be shocked at all if they go defense with the first round. Linebacker Devin White from LSU is a player. PewterReport.com has had in both of our Bucs mock drafts, and with Kendall Beckwith's situation, with Quan Alexander not being under contract right now and having that torn ACL, linebacker, especially in a 3-4 defense, is a must, and they need more linebackers, and he's the best one of a very thin linebacker core in this draft.
After the Combine, we get ready for the pro days and obviously the build up to the draft. Then we all kind of focus on the draft. In the middle of that, the league year hits and the free agency frenzy begins. Where are the Bucs when it comes to free agency? Are they worrying about in-house, or are they looking around to fill some gaps before they kind of zero in on some names they may want to actually draft?
For so many years, the Buccaneers were flush with cap space. That has come to an end because all of these draft picks that Jason Licht has brought on board, guys like Ali Marpet and Mike Evans we saw last offseason, get re-signed to mega contracts. Now we see Jameis Winston's cap value going to almost $21 million. So all of a sudden, the Buccaneers, they were flush with cap space in years past, now are one of the most cap-crunched teams. They only have $16 million right now. I would say that they're going to have to make some more cap space to re-sign guys like Donovan Smith, who I think might get the franchise tag, Quan Alexander, possibly Adam Humphries, although he might be pricing himself out of Tampa Bay. His contract demands are around $10 million. The team would rather have him around $6 million. That's a big gap right there to close. So having said that, I think the Buccaneers will be very thin in terms of going after free agents. I think it's going to be a very thin salary cap situation for the Bucs, where they're going to have to create some cap room and not have a lot to spend outside of the guys they want to re-sign.
All right, Scott, thank you very much for your insight here. Chilly Indianapolis. Players will be inside cozy Lucas Oil Stadium at the end of the week, getting ready to show off for the scouts and the coaches.